In this video series, I will be talking about different journal prompts that you can use during your awakening process that will help you navigate this, new change within you. I think journaling is one of the best ways for you to process things as they come up. One of the things that happens during a spiritual awakening process is that a lot of things start to come up into question. You start questioning, how do you show up to other people? You kind of start questioning your roles and your relationships. You start looking at, your chosen career, maybe where you live, your lifestyle. There are so many different things that show up in your life that you start to really take a closer look at. And so one of those things is, how do I show up to other people? And I think this is important because when we start to wake up, we realize we've kind of been asleep and we've just been kind of going through motions. And we realize, wait a minute, is this even who I am? Is this my true, authentic self? And so it starts to kind of, let you take a look at, is this really who I am? Is this really how I want to show up for people? So I think what happens is, when we're young, we're really more in alignment with our true selves and our true nature and who we are. But over time, things happen, obviously, and we change. But a lot of times, I think we kind of settle into these roles and expectations and we're kind of put into a box about this is who you are. And I think, going through the awakening process, it's an opportunity to reflect and think back and go, is this really who I am? I mean, everybody kind of says I'm shy and reserved, but is that really my true nature? Maybe I used to be really active and vivacious and friendly and kind, and, maybe over time, it's like, maybe you were told, no, you're being too loud, you need to calm down. And so, maybe you changed and adapted. And so this is one of the times where we can take, an inventory of our life and ourself and go, is this the best version of me? Or have I shrunken back? Have I not fully shown up to be the best version of myself? And so I think, it's a great journal prompt for you to sit there and kind of reflect about, maybe how you feel like you show up to other people, as a coworker, as a friend, as a partner, as a mom, as a dad, all of these different roles that we adapt as we go through life. And, we can kind of reflect and go, is that really me? Or do I want to change? And if so, what do I, how do I want to appear and show up for people in their lives? And, be more reflective of my true inner self. So this is one example of a journal prompt that you can use. I highly recommend journaling during the awakening process. It's a great way to emotionally process what you're going through. So stay tuned. Make sure to subscribe for more journal prompts that will be taking you through as you navigate this spiritual awakening process. Thanks.